And welcome back to Shanghai for live coverage of the Dota 2 Asia Championships 2018. 8 or 9 days. I'm not quite sure because I don't even know what day it is right now. But nevertheless, plenty of Dota to come over the following week or so as we crown a champion, a major champion for the Spring International. That's what they kind of call it out here as well. TI in China is another nickname I've heard it called as well. We're in the very early group stages, of course, for the first 4 days. All best of ones. Our second one is just around the corner. Our panel members are back with us once more to take a look at this particular matchup. A matchup I think Mr. Winter is looking forward to.
Why?
Maybe.
I look forward to every match.
Yeah, I know, but you like seeing the SEA boys playing well. You like seeing them, you know,
Yeah, of course.
bring their A game.
My
Or-
friends.
I gotta
Or-
interrupt you. Or you like seeing them play bad. You know why? So that makes you look good. Like when I was their
Thank you.
coach.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow.
No?
Jack, are you
Everyone
right there,
is
buddy? Are you okay? Should we step in at some point and separate these two?
No, I like the standoff. I like where it's going. Please tell us some more. You know, Winter, the coach of Mineski at some point.
Yeah, we have two legendary coaches. One is 71, who's coaching them now. I had some background check. I think you told me that he was not considered legit because he doesn't play that much Dota, right? By some of the pro players.
It's just some background. And this guy was a very well-known coach in China for a long
Yep.
time. Some high-profile teams, the old eHomes, DK and stuff. There was some players did point out that he didn't play that much Dota, but in terms of like strategic states and how lineups match up, he still understood that part very well. But the actually playing the game and lane mechanics are such an important part of the game. Not every little detail matters. All the matchups, those things are really hard to know without having that like professional level like playing experience. So maybe in that sense, the players may not listen as much. But then you look at the relationships in this team. Obviously, from Mushi from way back in the day, I'm very familiar with
And
him.
Daryl.
Yeah, and Daryl as well.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of trust that goes back there in that relationship too.
I mean, you don't have to be good to be a good coach. Like you don't really need to play the game that much. That's what I feel like. It's a different thing like about being a good player and being a good coach. I don't think it actually relates that much.
Okay, I would like to take this further. However, as you can see, the draft is on the screen right now. You two just fight it out, hug it out. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter too much. I quite like a bit of feistiness day one in the morning as we get into it with this draft between these two. Is this the best opportunity, Jack, for paiN, having these all be best of ones? Because they're quite a good best of one team.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you get a chance to really study them in a series or you really look at them, I mean, like you said, that might reduce their chances a bit against some of the more solid and stable teams. But in one game, I mean, again, lanes could go poorly. They could play very well and really get things going in these best of ones. Probably a bit easier for them to get some of these series.
Just if you weren't already checking in with the other streamers, which you can do, it's PGL_Dota. Don't ask me. You can go and watch that. That's stream 2 right now. OG were getting a good whipping by King Gaming when we were watching some of that earlier. Winter said to me, we don't have to talk about that game as well. I wasn't sure if that was on purpose or not, because you would like, that's disgusting Dota over there. I don't want to have to talk about that stuff. But it looked a rough game for them, didn't it?
Yeah, Chen, first pick, no surprise there. I expect paiN Gaming to get maybe even Sanking or a Witch Doctor. Yeah, Sanking, that's their favorite hero. I mean, the hero is just way too good not to have at this point. And King RD, I'm gonna call him the best SA player, position 4, definitely.
Beastmaster. He's drafting and he doesn't like to play the hero and he picked the hero.
10 seconds.
Because Daryl's drafting now for the team.
He is, yeah, I heard that as well.
Yeah, and he, I know he doesn't really like to play this. It's not like his kind of favorite hero to play. So, I have to see.
Effective though in
Gotta
this
make
matter,
sacrifices, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good hero for the meta. And you guys are talking about Sanking. Like, generally, you don't want to give away Sanking and Chen on the same team. Very, very difficult to deal with because of the lane. Like, you pretty much have this dual. Like, if you put Sanking on a core position, he sends the creep back, you get free level 2 wave of creeps coming in, Chen with his creep. And you pop the glyph and the guy just dies at the tower.
You can apply a tremendous amount of pressure to the safe lane. I mean, that's usually what Chen does anyway, right? And Beastmaster kind of offers that as well. A little bit harder to kill him. He keeps the waves. He can push down that tower very quickly. But for Chen, I mean, I think some teams or some regions play him a little bit less because they feel that he's a bit all-in-ish. If you look at some Chen players, maybe like a Roger or something like that, he scales pretty well.
He's not all-in-ish if you build Medallion into an Aghanim. He's still very strong. If you build a Mag, I can understand that. he's kind of all in if you do that. But generally, I think most of the players are starting to understand that to utilize the Chen well, it's not just about the early game, it's also about the mid game and into the late game. He's very, very useful.
Yeah, I mean, Mech is in a bad state at the moment, so
Yeah.
sometimes you see some of the Chen players pick it up, but it feels kind of useless. When you started with a Blightstone early on, you can buy everything, you just don't need items. Then you can get the medallion and transfer it to late game item with the Aghanim Scepter. This bottom lane, probably bottom lane for Mineski is going to be really strong. Beastmaster, Chen sending the creeps back. Then you push into the lane.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much just dive with the glyph. Like you have 2 waves of creep going into the tower.
Yep.
You just pop the glyph and you just dive, and the carry's just gonna die. It takes like a very specific carry to survive. Like you have to like pick like maybe like a bristler or like some weave. Like even weavers, like even you don't die, you can't farm in the lane. It's usually very difficult to handle those kind of situations. So teams are generally gonna do like a tri-lane. Like you have to use 3 heroes to deal with that lane, and it allows the Chen team to actually win the other lanes as well, because they're putting way too much pressure on one lane.
Yeah, you often need another hero to also help you do things like block the camp, so Chen doesn't just have the
Yeah, so most of the time paiN Gaming plays Gyro on a mid lane, and Tiny could be a good hero against this push that comes out from a Beastmaster, and Chen, he just clears the whole way with the cleave.
Gyro just dies in that lane. You don't want to put Gyro against the Chen and Beastmaster. Like Tiny is much more, like you said, much more survivable, and you can clear the wave with your tree grab, stun, toss, whatever. So, better matchup for him.
5 seconds remaining.
And I think you mentioned the Witch Doctor in the previous game against the Prophet. It's also really good against the Chen.
It's my favorite position 5 hero at the
Oh,
moment.
you play position 5?
I play whatever,
you buy
man.
wards?
I play whatever besides mid-man. I don't like
Besides the
RNG.
positions,
We were
Five's
actually talking
nature's
about
prophet,
this before we
right?
came back on air. I don't want to get too rowdy about it right now, but yeah.
I mean, the other thing that you can do is like maybe like if you bump the Sand King up to a core position, you get a Doom, so you deal with the creeps. You just eat the creeps every time you see Chen.
We've seen some other solutions like that, like
bounty,
Clinks, even CM
bounty. No,
sometimes. Yeah.
I think Secret likes to run bounty against Chen, so you just basically follow him around and you just annoy him. You block the you body block the
you
camps.
body block the camps. You,
yeah.
you know, just stab them, make them go back to base. You can't really do much. But I mean, you're free now as Chen often to start with like a Blightstone, so it becomes harder to trade against you as well.
AA doesn't do anything against Chen early. I mean, it's great against the heal, but
Radiant team back.
maybe I guess they're gonna just do a tri-lane. It's gonna be like a tri-lane with the AA against the Chen lane.
It's always nice when drafts kind of diverge in different directions a little bit. I think paiN just they want that better overall team fight. It feels like Mineski want to punish the lanes a little bit more and be able to snowball from that.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, well, Tiny is going to probably be the one on the safe lane, I suppose. So with the AA, they have a lot of burst damage. And in the mid game, once he gets the mobility item, either Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger, they have a follow-up with AA ulti, which is a lot of burst damage, and Chen can heal.
Tell you what is odd as well, and I think we've said this in previous tournaments about paiN Gaming, is that they've tried to counter teams in drafts before, and then when they've decided actually they can't do that because of skill level or whatever it might be, they've always gone back to what they like playing, and that's when they've played well. And the 4 heroes they've picked right now are amongst their top 2 most picked for every player on the team so far. So definitely going for comfort more than, as you said, like, does it necessarily counter the other draft?
What's good in the meta doesn't mean that it's good for you.
Right.
The thing is, you also, with this format, you also have more chances to kind of start from the base point of how you want to play. And Comfort Zone kind of refine that over the course of the tournament. Versus if it's like a very specific matchup, best of 3 with high stakes, then the things that you need to figure out and use almost immediately, like there's a lot more pressure to do that. And here you can kind of say, you know what, this is our understanding of the patch. This is the strengths of our heroes. We're going to come in and play this way throughout at least a couple of games, and then see if we have to adjust from there.
This is potentially an off-lane Tiny as well.
Yeah,
Could
maybe.
be,
It could
yeah.
be. Could still be.
I mean, it's probably going to be Sanking AA support duo because they have a great synergy together.
Yep. And I kind of like maybe like some underlord for them. Like they need like a tank in front that can clear the creeps and just be useful. Dragon Knight.
Can't go Terrorblade. Could go Jug.
So Mineski has this kind of like a push strat right now. Dragon Knight, Beastmaster, Chen, and Rubik. Like all these heroes are really good at grouping up and shuffling down the
10
towers as a
seconds
unit.
remaining.
Whereas for paiN Gaming, they have a lot like team fight. Like when you're up against like a
5
push lineup,
seconds remaining.
you want to have like a lot of team fights so you can defend your towers. And they have AA, Sand King, Gyro. Those heroes are really good at defending towers, provided they don't lose the laning phase too much.
Yeah, and that suggests the kind of difference in philosophy. They're going towards a team fight with their draft instead of towers. But like also like that first or second fight, like when AA ult comes up, when Sand King has Blink Dagger, those timings are going to be really important because if they can't hold their towers, or if they lose the fight after that happens, Mineski can just go straight onto high ground.
That's gonna depend on how the lanes go. Because if the lanes go okay, so then the AA will have like a good timing on his ultimate. So they finished their draft with a Juggernaut. So Paul was right. Off lane Tiny. So can they actually withstand the pressure with Juggernaut? Juggernaut is a pretty good laner, but
It's a good lane. I mean, if he spins, he can clear those 2 waves, unless they glyph it. But overall, I prefer Mineski's lineup. They have pretty much everything. A lot of save potential with Astral plus Chen Sandback. A lot of vision game with the Hog board, Chen creeps. They have things to go that goes through Juggernaut spin, so he can't split push that much. They have a roar, so I'll go with Mineski.
But I see Jabs playing Beastmaster, so I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I don't know.
It is a change, yeah. And you said Daryl wouldn't necessarily want to pick it for him, and he didn't.
Yeah, I
Has
don't
that
know.
swayed you? Which way are you going now?
Yeah, obviously the other way, because I didn't like Jabs playing.
Really? Just on that
Just
basis?
because of that?
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, because I know that I can never mind.
Unbelievable.
Oh, let's just all be quiet and let Winter
Okay,
talk.
so Winter is going for...
The paiN Gaming side, yes.
Amazing. Okay. Jack?
I'm going to go with Mineski. I think they have options. They have playmaking. They can scale a little bit, and I think that they're going to be able to run through and take these towers very quickly, enough to win the game.
All right, okay. Winter is like the opposite of Jack. Instead of just being biased and blazingly biased for his own team, it goes against them, I guess. Let's see how things pan out in game number 2 of Group B.
DAC group stage is certainly host to a lot of matchups you just wouldn't see a lot of the times. Here we're going to have the Brazilians match up against the Sea Hope of Mineski. Blitz, how do you think this matchup will go?
Are they the Sea Hope?
They're one of the Sea Hopes.
They're
There's
one of
also
the Sea Hopes,
TNC
okay.
Predator.
I thought you meant like Sea Hope overall. Like, because Fnatic are doing pretty well.
Yes, yes, they are. But they're not here at this tournament, right? It's just TNC and Mineski.
Yeah, Mineski, though, has not had...
Oh, no!
Oh,
First blood.
they haven't had the easiest time of things, and that will continue here.
That'll make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that is going to be a nice kill. I wanted to say something, by the way.
Yes.
So I asked Kuro about his run at mid, and I said, okay, who is hard? And he said, this HFN guy is actually really good.
Yeah.
He complimented the hell out of HFN.
I'm glad he did.
Yeah. He was like really impressed with HFN as a core. And I think that he's a really talented player.
I think everybody from NA and probably the South American region as well is pretty familiar with HFN, and I think everybody has pretty good things to say about him and his talent.
Mineski, though, going to pick up the majority of the runes.
But what do you think about his choice here of, well, not his choice, but the pickup of the Juggernaut? Juggernaut against OD, Dragonite, like Chen,
What in the
Beastmaster. Is that, like, why did they pick this up? Isn't it bad versus most of these heroes?
Sure.
Sure.
I think Jug's not bad in a game like this.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
he's
still
just-
trying to figure out this like whole off-lane Chen shenanigans.
Yeah? You don't know about this?
Do you know about this?
I mean, it's just, you know, it's just Daryl being Daryl.
Is nothing sacred in Dota 2 anymore?
They've been swapping things around between Jabs and Ice.
Yeah. It is going to be Jabs playing offlane now, I guess.
Yep.
Ice is
Just for this matchup.
yeah. Yeah, Ice is very notorious for his micro. I think he was like actually in a GSL once in like StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
Ice is insane micro.
Yeah. And he is going to send his first Centaur into the wilderness. Off to the top lane, where it is a Gyrocopter Ancient Apparition versus the OD Rubik. So he's going to try and tip the balance of this laning phase to the favor of Mineski. The Centaur just kind of bullying out paiN.
Yeah, not the ideal creep to do this.
No.
The ideal creep is that purple dude.
Yeah.
Get him, purple dude. Oh, Arms is going to get stunned.
Okay.
Yo, Arms?
Well, he's going to also get telekinesis. Oh, what great body blocking that was. Telekinesis back. See if he can buy even more time with the body blocks. Arms trying to get around. He just can't do it. Ice staying in front of him. The Fairy Fire activated in Arms. He's now has to give up on any hope of escape. Is going to eat his way through the trees and head to the north. But Ninja Boogie's going to cut him off at the pass. Gets off a little bit of healing salve, but he's still dead.
My dude.
Wow.
You got stunned and then body blocked into oblivion there.
He really did.
That was
amazing.
That was well played. Oh man, that was one of the longer body blocks that I've seen.
And meanwhile, Ice took a ton of damage battling neutrals while he was busy body blocking, and he's rewarded with a regeneration rune. So back to full.
And look at mid lane. He's also securing Moon's lane from.
Yeah.
What a Chen.
And he's even going to use this regen to send back creeps?
Yeah.
No? No. Okay.
He's just winning a bunch of lanes for his teams. No problem. He sent back a bottom creep. He got a kill all the way to top with that Centaur. The long rotation in. And he even secured mid lane for Moon. This is... How do you do more as a Chen in the first minute?
Yeah. paiN Gaming, they're doing all right in CS. The Dragon Knight as well as the Beastmaster of Mineski are ahead of their counterparts, but at least the Gyrocopter is doing okay against this OD.
You see Tavo at bottom? He just got right-clicked like 9 times in a row.
And he's going to get right-clicked a little bit more.
Yeah, and he's going to get axed with Penitence on him. Took a lot more damage out of that than I thought he would.
Make that 12 times of right-click. Tavo at least has a healing salve to be able to play off it. Throws his combination down just to get a little bit more CS.
Yeah, they're trying to get harassed, but Dragon Knight is...
Oh, the Hellbear Smasher is going to be able to get a good slope here. The OD starts laying out that damage. Arms will be able to take out that Hellbear Smasher, and this time around he will not die to the neutral gank of Ice, who picks up a new creep. I think... Did he? I don't think he gave away the bounty for the Hellbear Smasher. I think he might have actually picked up this this troll creep before it died.
Oh, dang. I bet Arms wishes he had that salve now. When he was going for that juke up the top.
Look at this gank on HFN. He doesn't have a spin. And they've got the ensnare. This isn't the most damaged combo in the world, but Moon actually does have a soul ring, so he's going to be able to throw out a breathe fire. Maybe they actually got him. Yeah. And ensnare is good enough.
This Chen continues to be...
a beast?
Yeah, he is being absolutely insane right now. This is one of the more active 4 minutes for Chen to play. He's been everywhere. Got a kill on mid. It's a really nice call from Moon, by the way. He probably said, Ice. He said, come over. There's no spin. Level 2 spin has quite the cooldown, 34 seconds.
King RT going for the gank of bottom lane. Jabs is going to be caught by this, so the first successful rotation from paiN. Trying to keep up with this Chen, who's just doing so much with the neutral creeps right now.
I do like the way, like, I feel like paiN after their second place finish at WSG, a lot of people started to notice them. But up at top,
Duster's dead.
Duster, this Chen continuing to be part of as many kills as possible. He is up to a 3-0 start, has been in all 3 of his team's kills so far. Arm's going to go for the TP back. Going to, in fact, go bottom as they're going to swap things around. Tavo.
All right, he's just going to straight up TP up to the top lane. I thought they would maybe try and at least go for a stun. Maybe they could kill the Beastmaster or something. Nope. Good old lane swapperoo in paiN. Well, they have a big push coming in this top lane, but Tavo is now the one in the line of fire. Needs to be able to deal with the fact they've got double siege creeps, but it's going to be caught. Telekinesis pull back, and Mushi in a great position. Just starts laying in the orbs. Toss back, though. And the Tiny manages to save his own life. Moon actually coming over to ensure that this tower does go down. Duster is going to be caught by that stun. Challenges Mushi, giving up his life in the process. And Mushi is certainly not going to be dying to this. So a big rotation. Mineski really wanting to take this offlane tower nice and early, and paiN doing what they can to try and defend it.
Yeah, look at HFN in mid lane. He's going to skip the wave, try to put some pressure on the mid. That's going to bring Moon back.
And paiN will be able to at least keep their offlane tower alive as a result. So not bad.
Yeah. This is how you get people to come back. You pressure tower elsewhere on the map. They do so. They're going to save this top.
Good scan there from Jabs, I'm presuming, who managed to ping the HFN Juggernaut, who rotated out of the mid lane. I think he was trying or hoping he would be able to get a Beastmaster kill in the Bounding Runes.
They're trying to set up Arms right now, who's had like a disastrous
Maybe they
laning
can
phase.
go for a kill on Moon. They're going to be able to have the Burrow Strike plus the Omni Slash available to them. Oh no, he actually managed to get a stun off on HFN, slowing him down, trying to get the Chen sent back. Might be able to get away. It looks like he's going to be good, even if Ice 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 is not.
Yeah, Ice 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 is going to sacrifice himself.
What a mistake though from HFN, not popping
spin.
Blade Fury.
Yeah, if he has the spin there, and he did have the spin there, would have been a kill.
Yeah.
That is a long send back in the beginning, as now the tower going to get assaulted. Moon making his way back there. Doesn't have the TP quite yet, so HFN at least doing a very good job of...
Wrap on a Ninja Boogie. Telekinesis actually. Whoa, he's challenging with the help of the Beastmaster, but now King RT is going to show himself, so they have to back out. Using the Burrow Strike to make sure that the Wild Wing Ripper can't get any more tornado damage out. Duster, Jesus! That Eagle song is not worth it, my friend. He's going to give up his life for that one. Stun goes down. Oh, he managed to get off. Barely gets off that, but it's not going to be good enough. The Gyrocopter had the Rocket Barrage out, but Jab still managed to live and gets the triple kill and will live through even the tower dive and toss up in the air. A tree! Oh, barely goes down. Gives up that kill streak to Tavo, though.
There's something so funny about seeing the tree just like follow you.
Yep. You just can't escape.
You can't get away from it. Jabs knew that he was not long for this world. Good dive, though, from Mineski. That was huge. They just further slowed down this Gyrocopter. Let's look at what the stack situation's like. Do we have anything so far? No Ancients. Not even a big camp stacked up for him. So how are you going to get this Gyrocopter back into the game? Like, Tavo's game is okay. This Juggernaut's actually having a pretty nice start. But you need better right now for your Gyro.
He's trying to protect his tier 1 tower. Gets off the Healing Ward. Ninja Boogies goes for the Telekinesis. Doesn't manage to kill the Healing Ward, though. Now kills it. And HFN just spins to survive.
Yeah. Duster going to TP in for that, too. King RD is here at the ready, but they're not going to find anything. They've got to make better space, though, for Arms. Like
he is sitting at 2K right now, compared to next up would be the OD at 3,300. Really big gap.
And he's barely ahead of this Chen right now, too.
Yeah.
And this is a core that would come back if they've got some stacks, but not quite there. Mushi.
Ninja Boogie almost caught out by King RT, managed to get the Telekinesis off.
Now Moon's going to come. Oh,
Cancels his TP.
it's Mineski. They've got three heroes up here.
Duster, you keep on positioning yourself like this, but this time around it's going to be a bait. Pop out, Tavo is going to be able to get the combination onto Ice Ice Ice.
Duster's like, you fool. You thought it was a bait again?
Not this time around. They will be able to kill some Chen creeps on the way out, too.
Duster hates those creeps.
He really does.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
When I saw him go for that Wild Wing Ripper, gave up his life for it,
That was so funny.
it's like, damn, that guy hates neutral creeps.
That was... I saw him go for that. I'm kind of okay with it, honestly. You're sending a message. My life is slightly less important.
Are you sending a message, though? Because it's not like the neutral creeps have no fear, right? They are enslaved by Chen. And I don't think Chen cares if they die.
Chen definitely cares. It's a morale blow.
Tavo
going to get stunned up, but they are going to grab the tower. Gyro ult even going to come down and make sure that nobody goes to the deny, and HFN is given the last hit. So at least Tavo and HFN are having good games still.
Yeah, that's true. And King RD is being given a bit of space to be able to farm up. Duster TP down here. Not entirely sure why. Maybe he wants some experience to be able to get level 6, but maybe he's asking King RD to vacate the premises.
I like when both supports move together. It's like, you might as well.
King RD, if only he was level 6. Ice. He is actually level 6. Duster's going to be able to slow him down. And they've got Tavo here. Never mind. They've actually got this kill pretty easily. And more Chen creeps.
Get them all. Troll's trying to run away. Come on, man. Accept your fate. Die with some dignity.
He has been mind enslaved by the Chen. I don't think he really has any dignity left.
Just like still fight, you know?
HFN with the tower gone. They're going to go for the kill on the Dragon Knight. Whoa! What's that toss? What?
Nah,
Did you see that? Tavo ran down and tossed HFN. That didn't even look like it was...
They did not try very hard for that.
Yeah, it looked like that was actually on purpose.
Second time, Moon's just going to walk away. It's like, all right, that one's a freebie, guys.
He's like, that was a weird gank. Well, he's going to run into yet another gank. Toss up in the air, double man, burrow strike. King RD doesn't have the epicenter yet, but they do have arms. Sent back on the move. They're going to try and get him with the ice blast, which has already been sent back. So King RD looks for ice instead, but he is a bit too slow for that one.
And he's going to get the sentry off, so he knows that the ward is there. Turn around, Daryl. Kill that. Be greedy. Don't give that to one of your carries.
Show dominance.
Exactly. Exert.
Not only did you miss out on all the kills, I take your word too. Gyrocopter's dead. Maybe not. Moon, he's going to go for the kill, but Tavo at the same time is actually trying to kill Moosh. He drops the bomb and is going to be able to kill a Gyrocopter imprisonment. He's going to be able to save his life, but here comes King RD. Sets it up, goes for the burrow strike, easily lands onto Mushi, so they finish him off. Now the question is whether or not Moon can battle through this one. Tavo gets up, toss in the air with the epicenter as well as the ice blast. They may actually be enough to be able to bring him down. The Centaur stunned a little bit. Ice going to be brought down with the Omni Slash, and Moon falls with Wall. Now Jab tries to go for the kill on the Ancient Apparition, thinks better of it though, turns right back around and runs away after the Primal Roar.
And Mineski now just getting into some sloppy fights. They knew that they were all up there too from that prior engagement. And yes, they get a kill on Arms, but I mean, Arms don't care. This guy's got a Blades of Attack. You think he cares about his life? He'd gladly trade it.
Yeah, this guy is not real happy in his farm, but he's happy with his team doing stuff. Maybe not Duster, who dies again.
Yeah, Duster gonna run into them, and Arms is gonna lay down and call down once again so that his team can evacuate.
That is what we call suppressing fire.
Yeah. And they have no ancient sex for this guy.
Dude, Arms
Help
is
your boy
full
out.
poverty right now.
Help your boy out. Do something.
Like Tavo and HFN, they're living life of luxury.
I'm watching Tavo hit these neutrals. Like, help your boy out.
Apparently, they're not about that life.
This man is rocking a 14-minute Blades of Attack. Like, get him into this game. Like, Arms wants to play some Dota.
Do you think this is going to be a legitimate problem for them later on to the game?
I mean, if this Jug continues to scale, not really, then he'll be like the True Core and the Gyros, whatever. But, like, that means you're going to put a lot of pressure on this Jug to just, like, straight up carry this game. I mean, the thing about it is, like, there's this idea that you can't support all three cores. And these are pretty greedy cores. Like, Tiny, Gyro, and Jug, they don't really create space for each other early. Maybe Tiny does once he gets his Blink Dagger, but as a result, like, somebody's going to have a hard laning phase as a result of this Chen. Somebody's got to go aggro and take it. That was Arms, so you can't really blame him too hard. Like, I know I'm laughing, but it's more just funny because they won't stack Ancients for him. But aside from that, like, what he's done this game pretty well. Like, he's running around, getting towers for his team.
King RD just got spotted out by the Boar, so Mineski are not going to be baited into an HFN kill, but Tavo might have just found the kill on a Moon. The toss up in the air, the Ice Blast is going to be able to land, and they just throw all the magic damage they had to be able to make sure he does fall. Now HFN uses the spin to run back with the rest of paiN. They're going to take out this Necronomicon, actually kills himself on it, so 750 HP for HFN, not the healthiest right now. Toss up, okay.
He really likes tossing HFN.
But Flying Samurai.
Now, Arms is going to get some space as a result of this. I like this. Like, now they're creating space for him.
Yeah.
And I hope people realize that. Like, he was not put into an easy position whatsoever. It's like, they're not stacking for him. He's largely been stacked at that top lane. They made more space in mid and bottom as a result. So he's going to, of course, look a little bit underfarmed. Oh, Tavo drops his bottle for a second. But, did they get the kill? I think so. I saw the 150 pop up. going to be nice to them as King RD is going to bottle that bounty rune. He wanted some gold. He's really close to his blink, aka now he's got it.
The Shadow Blade tempted. Ooh, Ninja Boogie almost caught King RD, but blink away.
Gets forced that forward by this OD who is straight up rushing at BKB.
Is that the right choice?
I think it's an okay choice in this game. You
Just
often see
because the-
blinks or hurricane pikes.
Yeah. There's just too much threat from the Gyro, Tiny, Ancient Apparition. Tiny Ancient Apparition has been a really potent duo recently.
Yeah, I think Mushi right now is just kind of getting himself into this game by making sure that he doesn't just immediately die to the first damage.
Nice, nice, nice. Saving his creeps from doom.
And look at Arms now. As a result of this bottom push, he is caught up. Although Jabs is going to kill him, I think. Arms is... Alright, this is a little bit...
Yeah, he's going to caught by the Primal Roar. Ninja Boogie is here to follow up with the Telekinesis. And Arms will be run down. Not caught by the Breathe Fire. Oh my god, can he actually TP away?
No.
He's good. Unless the Necronomicon. Get him, Necronomicon!
Arms?
Wow.
What a boss.
I can't believe he got away from that. I can't believe they didn't chase for that either.
I'm surprised.
I guess from this vision, they saw the rotation of the rest of paiN and did not want to position themselves.
Creeps are going to die now to Tavo, who's going to pick up all of them.
Yeah, but they're going to be able to get the ensnare on the Tavo, and Mushi start laying some arcane orbs down on him.
But Arms is coming here to back him up. Mushi.
Send back, but they are going to be able to get the back line.
They are
Nice,
just
nice, nice.
ignoring him. Very nicely done.
He just keeps on giving up his life to save his allies.
Yeah, Arms has
King RD, you do not have a strike anymore.
Okay.
Took
Mushi
one
just
too many arcane orbs to the face and lost that privilege.
got a huge ancient stack here, though. If paiN can find out about that, I mean, they should know now, right? The Sand King actually didn't see it. But if they could steal that with their gyrocopter, that would firmly get him back in this game. He's not even that far behind Moon.
Yeah, only 500 behind the Dragonite.
Moon is very underfarmed in this game.
What do you think that is?
Again, there's only so much space on the map, right? They're not getting a ton of kills. They don't have any tier 2 towers down.
Yeah, because it's not like he's died a terribly large amount.
Jabs is getting the majority of the lane creep farm. Dragonite has been reduced to hitting a lot of these neutrals.
3-man smoke up from paiN. Tavo, King RD, the two Blink Dagger boys.
Yeah, they're going to connect to this top push. I like this move a lot. If they could get Jabs, this is even bigger. Jabs is...
As they pressure top, Jabs is going to show himself off the trees, tries to get back, but still going to be caught by this smoke rotation. Managed to get the Primal Roar out. Jabs not going to die so easily.
He's not
Omni Slash
dying?
into the back line. Jabs isn't dead yet. He will finally fall with the Omni Slash into the back line.
He's
now
still
stolen by the Rubik. Ice Blast actually nails both of them, though. Ninja Boogie comes back into his own doom, and Moon going to be chased down by Duster. You know he's going to go for that kill, and he's still going to try and TP out. Mushi doesn't have imprisonment, barely gets it off in time. Ooh, so they will get the extra kill in the Ancient Apparition. That'll be a 3-for-3 exchange, which I have honestly no clue who benefited from that.
Yeah, that was... It's going to be almost even. It's going to
Yeah.
barely go in favor of paiN. It just took them a little bit too long to kill that Beastmaster. I don't think they anticipated him being as tanky as he was.
I mean, that is in part just really unfortunate bounce from HFN.
Yes.
Like the
When it went back
first
up.
bounce went to the Dragonite and it just stuck on him.
It did enable them to kill the Dragon Knight, but just took them a little bit too long to get that kill. And he's going to go back for the Battle Fury. Cleave, of course, being very nice against pretty much everything that Mineski has to offer right now.
This is turning into one of those situations where the rich get richer. The beneficiaries of that team fight were the top net worths of each team respectively. Meanwhile, Dragonite and Gyrocopter, our two poorest cores, were the ones to die.
Yeah, they're just like, well, not a whole lot we can do here as Moon.
Gonna be caught by Tavo. He's got the help of Arms as well. With the magic damage they desperately need, the Ice Blast is not gonna be able to land. Homing Missile is gonna be able to land. Nice Burrow Strike from King RD, actually lands on 2. And Ice tries to go for the send back. Ninja Boogie, Sandstorm out. Now Primal Roar onto the Sand King, dropped down by Mushi. Goes for the kill, actually takes out the Healing Word first. And with an Ensnare onto HFN, pops his Manta to be able to get out of that one. Now Tavo's still gonna commit for the kill on the Beastmaster, but that wasn't nearly enough for a combination to be able to kill a Beastmaster. And he just gives up his life in return. Duster may be caught here, heading away into the trees.
Oh, they
but
know.
They know.
Ninja Boogie knows about that spot.
Yeah, he's wise to those tricks.
And what looked like it was just going to be a free kill onto the Dragon Knight instead is a nice turnaround from Mineski. They needed something like that. They're going to grab both supports and the Tiny. Going to transition this into a push. But TPs are coming in. King RD going to pop the ulti. There's no BKB on this OD.
Epicenter already out with a homing missile if it actually lands, but Imprisonment is out first. So he will be able to get sent back to base. Ninja Boogie's good as well.
Yeah. Send back plus Astral combo means that he's going to be just fine. Ninja Boogie going to pick up the Bounty Rune. HFN trying to get onto that Battle Fury. I think he just wants to continue to scale in this game, farm up a little bit. Doesn't really deal a lot of damage yet on this Juggernaut. Not super threatening.
Get a nice ward down on top of the shrine. King RT, but he may have been spotted by that ward already laid out by Mineski. Ninja Boogie's actually currently trying to do some Sandstorm shenanigans, but he's going to be stopped by the Avalanche. Hit by the Ice Blast, but it's all just a trap. Jabs and Mushi already in place. Yeah. Kill him and kill the ward too.
And Jabs' positioning so far in this game.
King RD, you're going to be okay here. Burrow Strike a little bit farther away. Moon's going to eat through the trees, manage to get more damage onto King RD. Just make sure he can't blink away that Venom from the Dragon Knight. He's making sure that King RD has no hope of survival here.
7 HP. Gonna go down. I think this is going to mean that paiN should try to split up the map here as the Juggernaut just finishes the Battle Fury. They need some more time for him to start utilizing this. That's HFN.
Why do you think he did this? The Manta first and then into the Battle Fury?
Hey, Yasha's just like a really good all-around item for this hero. Thought he was just going to go for that part.
Oh, that ward sees into the trees. Oh,
No,
they had
it's
a
the Hawk. That's
they
their
didn't see
ward.
it from our camera angle. Oh, it is.
That's their ward.
They place another ward. Man, they really want to get control of this dire jungle, but they just are not having it.
And now Mineski has gotten a lot of kills in a row now. If you look at
Yeah, what the hell?
that is a lot of different kills in a row. It's like 6 in a row. They started to pick things up.
What's paiN doing wrong?
They have 3 greedy cores. The Beastmaster's better team fighting than the other 2 cores right now. And Tavo's still looking for just these solo pickoffs.
Yeah.
And HFN is not committing for engagements anymore. Because I think he realizes like the time has sort of passed for that.
I guess this was my problem with Juggernaut. It's not particularly good at, oh my goodness, that Avalanche. It's not particularly good at being able to burst down most of these heroes. Dragon Knight's quite tanky, OD has Imprisonment, Beastmaster has Necronomicon as well as being tanky, and he's got more stuff that he can summon between his Boar, his Hawk, and his neutral creep.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying for HFN to take these fights right now. Because he's very farmed, but he doesn't really kill anybody.
And this was a last pick Juggernaut too, so they saw every single one of these heroes and thought this was still going to be the core that carries them through this game.
Yeah. Whereas Mushi right now, you fear him.
Yes.
If you're paiN, like that is a scary OD when he pops his BKB. They don't have their own BKB piercing abilities like the Beastmaster has. And they don't have a natural save for this Beastmaster either. So when Jabs throws out his roar, that person is donezo in the engagement. So they're more reluctant to take these engagements.
Full retreat from paiN Gaming out of their jungle and not going to be caught by Mineski. Tried a little bit of an invasion.
Everyone's just trying to farm now on the side of paiN. And it's kind of working. Like they've cut the lead for the most part. His Jabs is invis. He probably, okay, he's not just going to go for Duster.
And that's probably for the best.
Yeah, HFN would kill him.
He may still be found here. They had vision of him briefly, lost it. They're a little bit closer. Maybe they could have done the toss
They're all up here right now.
To King RD, blink forward, trying to catch King RD, managed to get the Sandstorm out before the imprisonment.
They should full retreat right now, and somebody should go deal with bottom.
And that is exactly what they're going to do. HFN will be the one to volunteer farm that.
As a result, like, they do have greedier cores, but if you don't get caught for some time or you just lose supports here and there, that's how paiN's going to get ahead. But because I think right now they still have slightly inferior team fight, they should just continue to farm, get like 2-3k ahead, take advantage of the fact that the pace of the game is slowed. Because Mineski isn't actually looking for kills, if you notice. What Mineski is doing is they're waiting for paiN to get over-aggressive,
Yeah.
and then they're turning things around.
That's how they got so many pickoffs.
Yeah, and so as a result, paiN's saying, guys, they're not smoking into us. We're the ones going into them, so why don't we just chill out, hit creeps. We can all hit creeps. That's exactly what they're doing. HFN is taking advantage of this Battle Fury. He's farming everything right now on the map.
Sentry drop. Ninja Boogie is going to be able to not just find the setup for this kill on King RD, who tries to Burrow Strike away, but Burrow Strike stolen by Ninja Boogie. He also finds the ward. That was just a happy-go-lucky ward, apparently.
Yeah. I'd imagine that Mineski really desperately wants to take a fight, or at least go for the Roshan at some point. Everyone is coming up now. HFN. Gonna get the spin and immediately TP. Moon got stunned,
Yeah, I was
though.
about to say his
that.
spin TP was not very well lined up together.
I think Moon realized like half a second too late.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, you did not immediately TP. And he doesn't have the +1 second talent either. And so I feel like Moon maybe would have had that as Mushi is waiting at bottom. He knows there's no spin TP. That's why Jabs is set up here. Gonna go for the roar.
It's gonna be perfect with the Shadow Blade and the Arcane Orbs out. They make sure he goes down with the Sanity's Eclipse. 70 seconds on the clock for this Juggernaut, and it's going to be paiN punished heavily for that.
They gotta get out right now. They're getting sandwiched.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Mushi's going to just charge forward with his BKB, ensure that there is no opportunity for a turnaround, go for the kill on the OD, all that pure damage. Now limited by the BKB pop of Arms, trying to use his mobility to get away, but the right click is barely enough. Now an Ice Blast over the top of the Burst Strike at the center. They actually killed the OD. paiN Gaming turned things around with a huge play. Out from the Ancient Apparition and King RD Sand King. May have lost their gyrocopter for it. He had to blow a BKB and everything, but killing Mushi, I think well worth it.
That was massive for them. As Arms, still not worth that much, but the OD kill is going to net them quite a bit. King RD with the follow-up. Mushi thought he was just going to walk up there, get some free kills. It took them a little bit too long to kill that gyrocopter. You see the turnaround play. The AA Ice Blast very effective there. And it looked like they wanted more. For a second, in Mineski, it looked so good for them, but there was no real follow-up. That was just Mushi walking up with the help of Ninja Boogie, thinking that with his BKB, he was going to be pretty unkillable.
All right, well, our Chen almost has an Aghanim Scepter. Oh, blink forward. Found King RT, see if they can get Jab's Primal Roarnum to him. They do. Tavo's going to try and come forward, actually tossing the Sand King a little bit forward. Managed to get the Burst Strike out. And controlling up this Beastmaster. Ninja Boogie almost dies there, but he will be able to get away with just a sliver of HP.
Jabs is going to get bonked. Bonk. But he's going to get sent back. Ninja Boogie does survive that. They're going to lose both supports there.
But no core pickoff.
Yeah. And they got to be careful. HFN is backing up. I think he's learned his lesson the previous time that he just got set up on by Jabs. That's Jabs. They're now going to walk into Roshan. I think this is a very big objective for them. Tavo in the area, but there is still a BKB on the side of Mushi.
BKB on both sides of the table here.
Last time Mushi just popped it early and walked up, and they were able to take advantage of that, but this time around,
really hard to get in there with good Omni Slash with so many units on the field.
I don't know if this...
Even though they are not going to challenge the Ice Blast. Doesn't even land.
I think he was trying to snipe the last hit.
Yeah. Well, Mineski, big advantage now with the Aegis. The question is, what are they going to do with it? Just try and take out the rest of these tier 2s? Especially since you have the Aghanim Scepter on the Chen.
not that big of a lead. paiN, though, we've documented how they need to support these 3 cores. So it'd be nice if they were a little bit further ahead right now. The lead is just 1k in favor of Mineski. They need jabs if they're going to kill this Juggernaut, as Glyph is going to get popped, and that might just signal this Jug to go back, but he's going to see the OD up the top, and I think this is going to embolden him and allow him to take this tier 1 tower.
Tavo positioning himself in the side here.
This Jug is really strong. With the BKB, he's got the 10 armor talent too.
Kills the Wild Wing Rippers. Now going to be jumped on. Double blinks. Ninja Boogie and Moon go for this kill. Slowing him down. Oh, actually managed to get the Burrow Strike out into the Juggernaut. Ice Blast is going to whip, but Ninja Boogie in some trouble. Tried to get this Chen sent back. Not going to make it, though.
Yeah. And the top push. Arms is dealing with this just fine. Mushi's going to get
wow,
caught on
they
that
actually
too.
managed to catch Mushi out entirely. Omni Slash goes down. He does not have an imprisonment to be able to save himself, so that's going to be the Aegis. Now the question, whether or not he can blink himself away. Blade Fury and Avalanche are going to make sure that they catch him first. No opportunity to get up imprisonment either. He will die.
And they're going to get the mid wave. This is going to put paiN in a very good position now.
That was so awkward. I can't believe Mineski did whatever the hell that was.
So I was watching the top push while you were watching the bottom one.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see what happened. They committed really hard for that because Jabs thought, okay, I'll pop my Necro Books with all the minions and stuff. We're going to hit this tower and take it very quickly. But Arms instantly TP'd back while his team engaged. And he just laid down, call down, flacked up.
And just killed all those.
Yeah, and they weren't willing to die for him because it was very awkward. He pops VKB. There's no way for them to get to him with no damage. And so they lost on both fronts there. They lost the hero at bottom, they lost the tower, and as a result, they're also going to lose their OD. Nice play from Arms.
I mean, a great read by paiN all around to be able to kind of put the pieces of this puzzle together and find a winning scenario. And I think it's very complicated to be able to read those kind of split situations in a timely manner.
That could have just been disastrous. Like, they could have lost on both fronts there, but instead they went on both of them. They're going to take this top tier 2, most likely, with the OD down, and Jab showing at bottom. Somebody on the side of paiN, though, has to go. It's going to be Arms once again. Now they're going to take, just like, first gold lead in forever. That is an awkward-looking grab.
Okay, so it sounded like, to me, that King RD is dead.
It sounded like King, indeed. But Moon popped his BKB. Like, these BKB timers...
Pretty important.
Yeah, like, this was supposed to be their dominant teamfight wins. It was like, if you look on the side of paiN, they've got a 10-second BKB still on their Juggernaut, 8 seconds on their Gyro. Like, everything is very reasonable for them. They've got a 10-second BKB on their Tiny. So these, like, major team fights, if they can be smart about their BKB usage, are going to go in their favor. And now HFN's almost got a butterfly.
So why isn't the OD the biggest, baddest swinging dick around? Like, why is he... You seem to think that, like, paiN Gaming, very comfortable pushing this late, good to go, 3 greedy cores, like, they're down to just keep farming away. Like, why don't Mineski? Why aren't they the ones with an advantage having an OD?
Because I think that it's hard for him to get supported with a lot of these cores.
Okay.
Like, his Dragon Knight is not doing as well as he expected. Jabs is now starting to fall a little bit behind.
So you think the burden is going to be too great for an OD by himself to carry against 3 really farmed cores?
They're smoked, and they're going to find a DD on Arms.
Double damage too. This is a perfect way to set up this team fight, but King RD had a smoke pop and was not able to see the immediate opportunity. So paiN Gaming
and they're
may
still
have just missed out, or maybe they didn't at all. Tavo's going to be able to find him thanks to a great ward placed on the high ground. BKB sent back though from the Chen. They're still going to be able to find the pick off the back line. Chen is going to die once again. Just seems like a constant story here for Ice. Checking out that ward though. A little bit down to the right. That one, beautiful.
Yeah, they popped double BKBs though on the side of paiN.
True. And all they got was a Chen, so that's not great.
I'm kind of okay with that though. It's better to be safe in those situations.
Okay.
Like, make sure that you just overwhelmingly win the team fight. They do have to deal with top though and bottom. There are waves pushing into them right now, and that.
Yeah, he's got both ancient black dragons just chilling out in the trees, ready to do split pushy things. So you may have killed Ice, but you certainly have not diluted his power in any way. If anything, the majority of his strength is lying in these neutral creeps.
paiN took advantage of the time where Mineski wasn't really looking for too much. And that one engagement, the two engagements actually, when Mushi goes in, up by this like cliff area, when he committed for the AA and the gyro.
Yeah.
And once again, after they decided to push that tier 3, they were so split. I thought Mineski were just going to gather up all TP bottom and crush them in that fight. But they didn't anticipate ARMS to just be there.
Well, Mineski are looking to crush paiN Gaming right now with
they
the
got the
recent
scan.
Scythe of Ice pickup.
They've got the scan off.
They're going to run into each other here. Tavo with the Shadow Blade tries to go for the back line. See if he can challenge Mushi. Mushi blinks to the side here, hoping to be able to get good position. Drops a bomb, is going to be able to bring down the Gyrocopter, or maybe not. Jab couldn't quite get him, and now the movement speed will be allow him to be able to stay ahead. Now the Scythe of Ice onto the Sand King is going to be able to get a lot of damage out from the Arcane Orbs. Not quite enough to finish him up, but Moon will oblige. Tavo's going to be up next. Tavo, who doesn't have the Shadow Blade, is not going to be able to get away. Imprisonment laid down. What was that on Mushi? Blinked forward and imprisoned himself rather than HFN.
Try to get HFN, but HFN is just going to walk away. Thought that was going to be a kill too, because HFN has no TP. But instead, he just...
I mean, HFN could have died there from the imprisonment. Our Gyrocopter barely escaped with like less than 100 HP.
That was a really nice force stab on our low ground. And they're going to pop the clip. Butterfly is finished on HFN. He opts to complete that.
Really needs that against the OD, right?
Yeah, no buyback on him, and he's got to be careful here.
Yeah, throws a spin, tries to threaten the Dragonite a little bit. Now the Black Dragons are going to come join their nightly companion, take the tier 3, go for the melee racks. And they are sped up by the Beastmaster Aura as well. Not going to go for the racks, just going to take that tier 3, maybe back up, take the Shrine as well.
That was so awkward of an engagement, by the way, from paiN. Just to recap, like, King RD, they got the good force staff onto the Gyrocopter, but he is a lot of their damage. And when he recommitted to the fight, he had like 100 health, so he just had to run. So they're down a guy already. Then King RD pops his ult and goes in, but doesn't have any targets, and they couldn't get a ward down either. So he was just blind ulting at that point. All the BKBs were popped.
Let's not forget Tiny's initiation, where he tries to go for this back line, runs straight at Mushi, which is probably the smart idea, but Mushi just outplays him with a blink.
And you waste a lot of that BKB timer as a result on the side of Tavo. So now the ult comes in, he doesn't see a target, everyone's golden.
I didn't even notice that Rubik actually stole Omni Slash, which again just delays Tavo's impact in the team fight.
Yeah, that was so well done on the side of Mineski. Like, that was all the team fight that they needed. That was very well done. Very good BKB usage, too. Like, they were very disciplined about that. Mushi was able to avoid the Tiny, save the BKB, so that when King RD finally came in, it wasn't a situation where Mushi had used his BKB right when the fight starts, and then King RD gets the turnaround play. Because I think that's what King RD expected. He expected all the BKBs to be run out, so by the time he went in, he was going to get a free initiation off. But when he walked up that cliff with his ulti, everyone was golden. So he wasn't going to grab anybody.
We've seen the Epicenter Ice Blast combination really threaten Mushi a lot in these team fights.
Yeah.
So he plays around him pretty well.
Good job from Mushi in that fight. He's very patient with him. And the second Roche is just going to spawn right now. That is something that I think Mineski really wants.
So a 3,000 gold lead right now for Mineski, but Juggernaut himself actually has a 3,000 gold lead as the top leader ahead of the OD. So
yeah, the majority of that net worth difference comes from the 5 positions and the 4s. So the cores on the side of paiN are doing just fine. They have a very good amount of farm right now.
The smoke up from paiN kind of scouted out by Mineski, back up to the high ground.
I'd very much like Tavo to swap in his Hyperstun, by the way. Or the TP, as ARMS is going to deal with bottom.
Diggy just needs to commit to these team fights a little bit more.
Yeah. I like, by the way, that they're always sending ARMS to deal with the pushes from Ice Ice Ice.
Okay.
Like, this is how he's gotten back into this game. He's always been the one that's being sent to deal with it. And as a result, he gets like 3 or 4 free waves.
Plus, he's super mobile, right?
Yeah.
So when he goes and deals
Mineski's going to smoke.
he's not gone for long.
I mean, they drew a line for the long way. But
okay.
Instead, they're going to take a more forward approach.
A long way would have worked.
Yeah, the long way would have worked. They would have had time for it, but
Well, maybe this will
HFN?
still work. HFN.
he'd be the
Little
big
bit out of
kickoff.
position now. Going to be side the vice. Defensive force
Nice
now. Plus
though.
King RT managed to get in with a burrow strike and turn around with the Omni Slash. Jumps in already onto Jabs. Jabs in serious trouble. Is going to be slowed down a little bit more. And
He
HFN,
barely gets
no! The Chen send back is just in time again from Ice Ice Ice. They keep on pushing forward, hoping to be able to pursue, hoping to be able to catch somebody. Maybe the Rubik, maybe Ice 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 himself. Nobody. All right, well there goes that.
Oh, that Chen send back. Whew, half a second.
Oh, and they're really going to go for this right now? They actually didn't kill anybody. They're still going to try and go for this Roshan.
Yeah, they don't have Omni Slash either. And
All right.
I think this is an engagement that Mineski almost definitely takes.
Minute for the buyback, and now they have to go for it. Mineski with a Shadow Blade out from Jabs. Blink forward. King RT actually already catching Tavo, eliminates him, but they managed to kill the Aegis, pick that one up. HFN trying to get out of this one. Arms, he's going to be blown up already. OD goes for the back line, stunned up with the burrow strike, goes for the epicenter as well. Mushi taking a lot of damage, but he has the rest of his team around him. Just goes for the imprisonment, lets his allies deal with that.
Oh, Ninja
Meanwhile,
Boogie.
Ninja Boogie gets the Yule Scepter on HFN, has the telekinesis in a second as well, but a Lincoln's will protect against that.
HFN is going to get out. They do have the Aegis and the Cheese on their gyrocopter, but with the Sand King dead, they are going to go for the push, and HFN even gets caught out here.
No, HFN can't afford to die here. The Butterfly doing serious work, though. Evaded so many hits there from both the Dragonite as well as the OT. Jesus.
He's going to pop a salve, Arms.
Now coming back in, getting a little bit more Arcane Orb damage built up. He's got 32 intelligence. The Gyrocopter going to be stunned up. Nice combination here from Moon and Ninja Boogie. Arms getting away. He's going to be able to get back to his fountain, heal up once again. That's going to be a lane of racks. Bare minimum here. 15 more seconds till the Tiny's back up. So that is 15 seconds. Mineski feel comfortable. In fact, they managed to get another jump forward. Arms, BKB, pop by Mushi. He's going to be able to challenge that Gyrocopter pretty easily. HFN trying to come in from the side, but a defensive force theft. Oh no, he doesn't have the imprisonment. Homing missile locks him down, but the damage is not coming out from this Gyrocopter right now, nor is it coming from the Juggernaut. Stunned up by the Dragonite. Finally, our Gyrocopter does die. HFN just keeps on pushing forward. He's got the healing ward in the back. Sees the Chen send back. Afraid of that, not wanting to pursue too much. He's got to back away, not able to go for that kill. So Mineski once again get out in part, thanks to Ice Ice Ice's Chen sendbacks.
Yeah, this sendback is being abusive right now because they wanted to commit onto the DK, but HFN saw it fly, wasn't willing to commit the ult at all in that situation. Everybody just getting sent back, and a DD. Mushi thinking about it. They're going to run into HFN here.
HFN in trouble. Lincoln's Scythe of Vice. As long as the Butterfly can do its work again, BKB Papatavo couldn't stop it in time. Tries to get the Avalanche out. That is not good enough, and now he has no Shadow Blades, so he is dead as well. What a great DD timing.
That DD OD, even without the Arcane Orb, does so much damage.
Yeah.
Plus 289.
They do have
500
buyback
a hit.
on both Tavo as well as HFN.
They're going to have to use it. Mineski are drawing the line downwards. And that would have been maybe okay if the Juggernaut was able to get his ulti off there. He went for the turn, but wasn't able to find it.
Epicenter jump in, going straight for the Dragonite, but he's been in prison. Dodged a lot of the damage. Ice Blast coming out, and back line. HFN tried to go for the Omni Slash. Only really hitting Ice managed to land onto Mushi. Back over to Ninja Boogie. He's going to be able to take out the supports in the back line. That's a start for paiN Gaming. Can they take on Jabs as well? Manage to get off the Primal Roar.
The Roar.
Homing Missile is going to be dodged. BKB is still up, and now with all the damage laying to HFN, needs to be able to dodge more with the Butterfly, but can't do it. He's dead for 2 minutes, and Mushi has built up 52 intelligence. Okay, a little bit of whip there. Shake it off, Mushi. That's okay. Mineski still in a great position to be able to win this as they push forward and take the mid lane of Rax. Tavo and Arms have to defend by themselves. And Mineski have shown they are more than willing to jump back in and take these pickoffs as they present themselves as paiN. Try and push those forward a little bit too far out. Moon dodging that ultimate coming out from Arms. They're just going to go all in for this range Rax. Arms tossed over. He's going to be able to get some good magic damage, but it's just getting ripped apart by the Arcane Orb. Mushi is just dominating both of these heroes. Both Tavo and Arms cannot compete. And Mushi will make sure that they take Megas and walk out alive.
All right, Mushi is king right now. He's got 64 installed.
Managed to get the blink out, toss up in the air. Still managed to get the kill, though. That is 1,700 gold for Tavo.
Don't think that's going to make much of a difference, though, when you're dealing with Megas.
Yeah. There was just so much stuff on the side of Mineski. You see the Jug, he goes in, pops the ult, doesn't find anything. And meanwhile, Mushi's just like, hit, 64 ins. You're all dead.
He had the +5 on these slash strikes, and that the only difference that made was that he finally ended up being able to jump back onto the supports and killed both of them. But the cores of Mineski looked very healthy.
Yeah, the problem right now for him is that he doesn't feel comfortable popping his ult on any of the cores because he knows they're just going to get sent back. And so he's holding it, trying to find the support and trying to get to the back line. And as a result, everybody from Mineski is very healthy. Their 3 cores have enough items that they can just sustain. They've got good disable in the Hex from the OD, so they can continue to take engagements. Because engagements are predicated on how much disable you have left over. And they've got this Dragon Knight who can continuously go for the jump. OD's in a similar position.
And he just managed to get a pretty large pickup. Finished off a Refresher Orb, so now he can double Scythe of Vice onto the Juggernaut if he wants. He's got 2 BKBs to work with in the team fight, as well as 2 Sanities Eclipse. Tough to beat.
It's the benefit of having a BKB piercing stun too on the side of Mineski. And paiN can't really deal with that right now. They needed their cores to just continue to scale because the team fight was just not really there for them. paiN, even with that 2K lead, it feels whatever. Because Mineski's just got the constant ability to re-engage. But this game will continue. They've got this Battle Fury Juggernaut and Gyrocopter, who's going to go for the Rapier, so they deal with Mega Creeps just fine. But it might just end here. They're split up.
They're going for the end game pick off right now with the double damage.
They find
picked up
Arms,
with the Dragon Knight.
go with the
Arms
Hex.
going to be in big trouble. Lincoln goes off. BKB managed to get that one off. Tavo intercepts, goes for the kill on Mushi. He's down to half HP. Mineski have to retreat. Now thinking about re-engaging, Moon is going to keep the damage up on Tavo. There goes the first Sanity's Eclipse out from the OT. Brought everybody low, but not enough to kill. Jump forward from Ninja Boogie. Tried to get to the back line. Tried to finish off the Ancient Apparition. Stole Ice Blast, but won't get the time to use it, really. Managed to get on the Gyrocopter last second. Maybe Mushi can actually take advantage of that one with the Healing Ward out. Trying to keep some of these heroes alive. Arms, he's not really getting an advantage. Double Insanity's Eclipse kill. HFN alone by himself with the help of King RD. Trying to defend, but it's not going to happen. Omni Slash will bounce around. It is a futile effort, my friend. It will just hit and kill a bunch of small little creeps. The big bad heroes of Mineski rampage through. Finish off paiN Gaming. Pretty good style, too.
Yeah, by the way, I very much underestimated the OD. And it comes in the form of, like, it felt like there wasn't enough control on the side of paiN. It's like the weird part. Like, they couldn't really lock anybody in place, whereas Mineski, stun after stun after stun, so it made it very easy for the OD to get his damage off. Whereas you watch HFN, yes, he has the highest net worth in the game, but it doesn't feel like it at any point.
Were you good with the Juggernaut last pick? In hindsight, do you wish that was a different hero, or do you think it was a different problem entirely?
I mean, it was okay. Just some of the fights that they decided to take were really awkward.
Yeah.
Like, they continued to take the fights well after they no longer could. Like, Mineski started to just go for the 5-man and eventually overwhelm them.
All right, well, that is another best of 1 down. With 6 more to go, something like that. Back to the panel for more analysis.
Thank you very much, Cap. Yes, your maths are unusually good. There are 6 more sets of games to come, all of best of 1s, of course, but let's recap on Game 2 before we get into that. Cap, stop doing that in the background. Hello.
Hi.
See, no one at home is like, what's he talking about? There were signs being given to me by the commentary team, those cheeky commentators. Mineski win. They finally got there.
Winter devastated, winter speechless.
You went for paiN Gaming?
Yeah, because I thought they were swapping roles just for the heroes, but when I watched the game, I think it might actually be a permanent swap. I don't know. We'll have to see one more game. It might be Ice playing support now.
You think?
Yeah. I don't know.
I hope not. I hope.
Yeah, but they are a team that has issues for some time already. Sometimes,
sure, so you think maybe something wild needs to change in that team? Yeah,
maybe they changed something already. And then I saw 71 actually drafting for them during the camera shot.
Yeah.
So they are definitely changing and maybe trying out different things because so far nothing has really worked well in the past 2 events for them.
Yeah, it felt more like a Chinese pick rather than SCA as we discussed. I didn't like the Juggernaut last pick for paiN Gaming against the Chen creeps.
The roar,
the save from OD. It just doesn't feel like Hero did too much. He was, especially at the later stages of the game, he was afraid of tossing that ulti. And Ice played a godlike Chen. Early on, the rotations, deep ward placed on a mid behind the tower, smoked. He was preparing to take those towers with the extra siege creeps. The timing is around 6-minute mark. Later on with some clutch sandbags. I mean, Chen sandbag is a broken spell, period.
I mean, they didn't get use on. I don't think they managed to get use on the Sand King. Like generally, you want to get something to remove the sandbag to dispel it. But the whole late game, we were like, oh, they omni-slash a DK. Guess what? Sandbag. They omni-slash the OD. He got sandbag and he prisoned himself. And yeah.
Yeah, and there's a prison. There's just multiple saves, so it feels a little underwhelming if you invest that much in the Juggernaut, and there are just good answers to his kit later on in the game. But I want to credit Mineski. I mean, when there's a position switch, it's always tough because in trying to solve the problems that you visualize, then you end up creating new problems often. There are things that you didn't see before, things that you didn't know what was working well before. But they did manage to take this game, and again, they did have scaling in this lineup as well. It wasn't just too all in with the players, with the heroes as well that they had.
Yeah, so. but still, like this game, it was like very shaky from like either of those teams. You know, it was not like a clean game from anyone. So moving forward, both of these teams have to play much better if they want to have a chance to go past the group stage.
Also, the problem was that Juggernaut was picked into a Beastmaster, so he can do the classic Juggernaut things, just farm, split, push. They always had that roar plus the surprise effect with the Shadow Blade, which cripples him a lot. I
mean, we said the Juggernaut was maybe the issue in this game, but
I mean,
he had a decent game.
He had a good game. I think he was really fun. But even though it was a tough game, I still felt like, I think what Blitz mentioned at the end, they took a few like really bad fights when they were really strong, like with the Juggernaut. Even though it's a hard Juggernaut game, but he still hit his timings. He was fun. He was really fun, but they took bad fights, and eventually you waste your timings, and it's gonna be really difficult for a hero like Juggernaut being picked in a bad situation already.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I think Blitz again said during the commentary, he was well farmed. He was seemingly in control, but it never felt like that during the game.
It's when you have one hero who is, let's say, 10 CAD ahead of everyone in your team, it feels like an empty network.
Yeah, I mean, here's a good example, isn't it? I mean, just doing no damage whatsoever in the middle of that.
Yeah, Gyro was kind of sacrificial lamb this game. He was thrown on a top lane and couldn't really achieve too much. He was the one that was sacrificed, pretty much died in all the fights, so he couldn't deal the damage. Also went for all the defensive items, Lincoln Sphere, BKB, then Butterfly. I mean, that Butterfly deals damage as well, but still, like way too much defensive items, even on Juggernaut.
Mushi, 20 for 3 and 11 on a 48 1k damage as well.
Yeah, Mushi was not afraid to go in because he knows that Chen is sitting behind him. He can always send him back, nothing to disrupt it. He can always just use Astral, so a lot of intelligence stolen, and that's where the damage comes from 3-4 man
that's why
ultis.
I feel like some of it is like the itemization. They don't have anything to remove the sandbag, like use or nullifier. They didn't buy any of those items, and during the late game, they missed so many crucial kills. I think one of the more crucial ones was before the Roshan. They went on them. They omni-slashed the DK. DK was they got jumped by Mineski, and they bought back on the Sand King once the Sand King died. And they were looking to take a really good fight into Roshan, but no one had the tools to stop the sandbag, and it was just a wasted omni-slash.
Yeah, and they have a frontliner for this OD as well, so it just works out perfectly for them. And you can even say itemization. Maybe you have to get a Basher, the Juggernaut this game if you actually want to be able to man fight later on in these battles. But he didn't end up not going for that either. So it was basically all dependent on the Omni Slash and there not being anything else there or the saves to win the fights.
Okay. Winter MVP?
Chen.
The Chen. Ice Chen?
Yeah, he is definitely the one that shined the most. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sure Lacoste was like, this Chen, doing
I
again,
know,
this
but
Chen.
I'm loath to give Ice MVPs when he's playing a support. That'll encourage him to do it more, and I don't want him to play support. You want him to be playing like some flashy offlaner or a mid, a Timber, anything like that.
Is it finally that time, that natural age progression cycle
Exactly,
where
that's
the
what
old
I'm
core
worried
becomes
about.
ghost support?
Yeah, like you
is
start
it
off
time?
as
Has
a
that day
1,
come?
and eventually you become a 5. That's
I mean,
what happens.
that's the thing about the meta. I feel like the meta right now for the supports is less about being flashy. It's more about using the experience and playing the game by understanding what you should be doing now, where you should be going, and what towers to take, and where to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, you're not wrong. I mean, you look at some of the successful teams. Kuro, for instance, is hard 5 now. Puppy hard 5. Misery hard 5. Some of the most experienced players who've played in many other positions all end up there because of the donor knowledge, I guess.
Yeah, being able to understand what to do in the game is extremely important. Not to say that skill is not important, but both are really, really important to having success in a team.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much to all three of you. We're going to head to a break right now, but we are moments away from heading to our next matchup, which is a big one as well, because EG take on VGJ Thunder, a return for these two teams who met at Galaxy Battles in the final. That one went to VGJ, and of course, just a couple of weeks ago in Indonesia, which went the way of EG. Which way will it go this time round? We'll find out very soon.